Construction News Tracker is presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. Flooding and all that it brings appears to be the largest result of Hurricane Florence that battered the southeast coast in the past week. Torrents of water have been pushed ashore, accompanied by high winds, leaving behind a swath of destruction. Once the rains subside and crews are able to assess damage, it's likely that considerable rebuilding will be required to bring the eastern shore of the Carolinas, Virginia, and the wider region back to normalcy. AGC conducted a recent survey regarding construction employment, and the result is not good. Chief economist Ken Simonson reports that 79% of employers in Florida alone report having difficulties in finding qualified workers, and a response by 2,500 contractors nationwide found similar problems. Continuing this trend is raging project costs and delaying work schedules for contractors. Position needs for welders, pipe layers, electricians, bricklayers, drywall installers, and concrete finishers are most notable. The survey conducted along with Autodesk found that 77% of contractors have raised their pay scales, 43% offer signing bonuses, and 37% have improved benefits, all in an effort to attract more employees. Even so, competitors continue to poach experienced employees. AGC is also reporting that despite the problems surrounding the labor shortage, construction spending increased from the first 7 months of this year by 5.2%. Ken Simonson says it's striking how balanced construction spending growth has been in 2018 as it nearly matches the totals for 2017. Spending year-to-date was 5.4% greater than 2017 through the first 7 months for public construction and 5.2% for private construction, though the spending for residential projects was some 5.5% higher than for non-residential. The August jobs report from the Labor Department shows 201,000 new jobs were created last month, an increase exceeding what analysts had predicted. An analysis by Associated Builders and Contractors shows construction added 23,000 net new jobs and to date has added 297,000 since August of 2017. The jobless rate remains at 3.9%. The continued construction of wind-powered generating stations is bringing down the construction costs. The U.S. Department of Energy claims that 6.3% of America's energy in 2017 was supplied by wind power. Texas leads the nation with 22 gigawatts of capacity, followed by Oklahoma, Iowa, California, and Kansas, each with 5,000 megawatts or more. To put this in perspective, a megawatt of power is 1 million watts, while a gigawatt is 1 billion watts of power. The average U.S. home uses only 897 watts of power per month. As for price, wind power cost 7 cents per kilowatt in 2009, and last year was down to 2 cents per hour. How to properly stabilize a crane will likely be the next exercise for a crew in Orlando, Florida. While lifting bundles of roofing materials onto a residential structure, the crane outriggers sunk into the ground, causing a mobile crane to topple on its side with a boom slicing the roof in half. No one was injured in the mishap, although the crane company was plenty embarrassed over the incident. The home has been declared unlivable by officials, and now insurers are trying to work out a settlement. A controversial plan to re-engineer the troubled hub of California's water network, the Delta Connection, has now ballooned to $20 billion. The idea was spawned some 16 years ago, and the cost hike is attributed to inflation alone. Last year, the Delta project cost was placed at $16.3 billion. This year, it's up to $19.9 billion, a jump of 22%. The Delta Finance Authority has asked the federal EPA for a $1.6 billion loan to jumpstart the controversial effort. The Metropolitan Water District of Southern California has already approved spending $10.8 billion on the tunnel's construction as the authority awaits input from other contributors. Those of you who drive Interstate 95 have probably believed for years it's a completed highway, while in all actuality it will be finished soon. You see, local landowners and lawmakers in Mercer County, New Jersey have long been opposed to the high-speed roadway near the Pennsylvania border. Drivers have been forced off I-95 only to join back up 8 miles away. That is until now. 2 decades and $425 million have been spent to eliminate the roadblock just completed by the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. So beginning September 24th, the addition of 6 bridges, flyover ramps, and intersections will be a done deal, and 995 will actually become a completed reality, as well as the last infrastructure project financed by the 1956 Eisenhower National Interstate and Defense Highway Act. Finally, we leave you with this bit of knowledge. Goals determine your thoughts, and thoughts determine your life. This is Construction News Tracker, looking over the industry that makes the world a better place, presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. Follow us on social media at Twitter using hashtag Construction News, YouTube at 4constructionpros, and on Facebook at /4constructionpros, as the streaming web never ends.